Brenner Mills, Minnesota Vikings. Just want to win one before I die.
Dalton Zongrecker, Dallas Cowboys. Just trying to earn a little respect.
Lane Cooter, the conductor of the Baker train.
All right, everybody, welcome in. You got Spoon's hat showing over here. You got Dalt on this side of the screen. We are going to be playing a little NFL guessing game today. We got some NFL player comparisons to talk about. Just a little fun little off-season activity, I feel. Just kind of look at some different players throughout all of the NFL past, decade and a half, couple decades, and compare them to some modern-day players or compare current players to current players. We don't know. We got 4 comparisons set for us today and maybe a 5th if we have time. So we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to throw it up on the screen here. And can we get it in this one? Hold on, let me edit the layout here for us. We want to be nice and pretty. We don't want that. There we go. All right, there's that one. Now get me in there. All right, save that up. Update the layout, and here we go. So here is the layout here. I'll scoot it over just a little bit for everybody. So this one's mine. This one is mine. I set this one up. So it's 2 running backs. It's their careers, entire career. Running back A, 9,651 yards. 2 running back B's, 9,453.
Man, they should have just done one more season, man.
One more season.
Just as a backup, dude. Just you could get an easy 450 yards, 550 yards.
I mean,
man.
these 2 played at the same time. So they were in the
TD
NFL
comparison is what I'm looking at. That's
so
crazy.
yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the big one. And personally, when I think of player A, I think of him in a way higher standard than I think of player B. And I'll explain why at the end.
Okay, you said they played at the same time, so like give me the eras.
Both played in the mid to late 2000s together.
Mid to late 2000s?
I believe they were both in the NFL at the same time. Let me double check on that. But they both played between 2000 and 2015. Like they both played in that, like one of them like in that time span.
I put the list just to remember running backs.
Let's say you've.
I mean, there's a bunch of them that I think of, but
so I can throw up. If you guys want to guess some divisions, I can throw up the divisions on the screen so you can see. So they did both play in the NFL at the same time. They were both in the NFL at the same time. Looked it up. 100% certain.
Any Super Bowl winners?
Yeah.
No. So here.
No Super Bowl winners. Okay.
Super Bowl. One did play in a Super Bowl.
Okay.
But neither of them won the Super Bowl.
Can you tell me which one played in the Super Bowl at least? Player A,
guess.
I'm guessing. I'm guessing player A did because you said that you consider player A better than player B.
B
or you thought
played in
B
the Super
played
Bowl.
in a Super Bowl. Okay.
And he played in the NFC.
All right. So now that makes me
NFC
think.
East.
Who?
Player B is Brandon Jacobs.
No, player B is not Brandon Jacobs.
Is he of the NFC East?
No.
Okay.
NFC West.
Yes, and I put their they played for multiple teams, but I put the team they're known for playing for.
Okay, so the NFC
West.
So I'll add that in for you so you can see it on the screen.
See, like I have a guy coming to mind. I can't even think of his name. He played for the Rams. What was his name? Is that who? Did he play for the Rams?
No, he did not play for the Rams.
Okay, well then that's
player B is not Marshawn Lynch.
It is not, but you're getting close there. He didn't win a Super Bowl. Marshawn won a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know.
He's that's right.
He's the guy, Sean Alexander.
It is Sean Alexander.
There we go. Yeah, I had to think. I had to pull some running backs.
My next guess was going to be Todd Gurley.
So Sean Alexander.
Who was the running back for the Rams that I was trying to guess?
Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson.
Oh, that's what I was trying to guess. I just forgot. I forgot him.
But no, it was Sean Alexander. And I hope this player, like when I think of like the 2 in comparison, I'm like, oh, player A was definitely better than Sean Alexander. Sean Alexander just had a great offensive line.
But no, that wasn't the case.
Well, I mean, I think so, but like the
touchdown difference is crazy.
So different. But like you'll get what I mean whenever you get player A. So player A in the NFC or AFC, he won an Offensive Player of the Year award.
Oh,
I will tell you this. player A. I don't want to give that. I don't want to give that one up
No,
yet.
that's
That
okay.
one's
Well,
such-
okay. So my thought right now is that player A has 55 touchdowns to the other guy's 100. So I'm thinking that he probably had a really good quarterback that he played with in the AFC that probably snagged a ton of touchdowns.
Are you
is what-
asking me or are you?
No,
telling
that's
me?
what I'm thinking off the
Okay,
top of
okay.
my head.
Because you can ask, did he have a really good quarterback?
Did he have a really good quarterback?
No, he did not.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, I don't think of any of these. I mean, some I would say no, but like some would argue. But
Priest
it's not
Holmes?
like what was that?
Priest
Jamal
Holmes?
Charles.
Nope.
LaDainian Tomlinson?
Nope.
No.
Um,
LT is a touchdown fucking merchant.
Tiki Barber.
Nope. I like the pulls though. These are good pulls.
I'm
These are-
having a hard time.
Hey, that's
I'm
so-
trying to think of running backs that.
so. Player A had one of the not best 1 year wonders because he wasn't a 1 year wonder, but like, oh wow, like that season stands out widely against the rest of his seasons.
Give me, if you give me, I mean, I don't know if you'd be helping Spoon. If you give me the teams, you probably honestly wouldn't even really be helping me. 'Cause
I mean,
my
if I
football
give you the
knowledge,
teams-
my football knowledge,
it would be
of that
helping
era-
me.
Yeah, if I give you the
If he gave
teams,
me
you
the
guys will get it
teams.
right away. Like immediately, you'll get it.
Ricky Williams.
So I'll say,
Like I
player
want to
A-
guess Ray Rice, but I don't think he'd put Ray
Nope.
Rice in a
Nope.
comparison.
Player
Jamal
A-
Lewis.
Nope. Player A was considered a top 3 running back of his time, in my opinion, and is younger than player B. He retired.
Yeah, what was
He
his last
stopped
season?
playing in. I'm looking up his stats here. I gotta go back one more. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. He stopped playing prior to 2018, so he wasn't in the league in 2018.
Oh,
and
okay,
he
so he was kind
Came
of
into the league about the time Sean Alexander was exiting the league.
Okay.
They had a very short overlap at about the end of his career, and then
Le'Veon Bell.
nope, a little bit too late. You're thinking too late now.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. Okay?
What?
It's the same generation as my favorite running back.
Which would be Marshawn Lynch, right?
No,
Oh, freaking Adrian Peterson.
so it's the same generation as that. AFC running back.
Okay.
Chris Johnson?
It is Chris Johnson.
Chris
Okay.
Johnson.
Man, I had to think for a
TJ
second. I don't know
2K.
why he didn't come. Yeah, that
You know what I
2,000
mean?
yard
Like,
season. That makes
when
sense.
you-
A 2,000
when you
yard
think of
season.
Chris Johnson, you're like, oh, he's better than Sean Alexander, but like,
I don't know. I always liked that early 2000 Seattle.
I never
offense.
would have guessed that.
Chris Johnson, oh, dude,
Yeah.
one of the greatest. Like it isn't a one-hit wonder season because he had 1,200, then he had 2,000, then he had 1,300, 1,000, 1,200, 1,000. So it wasn't like
Dude,
a one-hit
was
wonder,
Fast.
but like, yeah, he was so fast. I almost did Jamal Charles and Matt Forte. That was almost what I did, which would
That would have been
another
good.
Yeah, that'd been
I
good.
would have probably guessed those.
So okay, let me go over here to my
Quarterback.
quarterback.
comparison? Okay.
So this is my quarterback comparison. So you have the games here. This is another comparison we're gonna get to in a minute. So we have the games here. Because I don't think I can go over any. I can't zoom in any farther. Yeah. So we have games, total yards, not just passing and rushing, but total yards, touchdowns, interceptions, completion percentage, quarterback rating, Pro Bowls, and conference. And this is
Are they both retired?
no, neither of them is retired, and these are their most recent 6 seasons in the NFL.
Okay.
So since 2019.
And they're both starting quarterbacks in the NFC currently.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I should add that. QBs since 2019.
Are they in the same conference or the same division? I mean,
Well,
Same division? No.
I'm
Conference?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at ints and touchdowns, and that just screams that I want to say Dak Prescott is B.
It is not Dak Prescott.
Okay. All right.
All right. Any other? I mean, hit me with some questions. I mean, guess divisions. I mean,
Is
Yeah.
player A Brock Purdy?
player A is not Brock Purdy,
I
but
don't
he
even remember what
is
year.
in Brock Purdy's division. So I'll give you that.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford.
Negative.
No, not Jared Goff.
Ooh, that would have been a deep take because Jared Goff
Sam
did play in the
Darnold.
NFC West.
I mean, it
Sam
would be like
Darnold.
Sam Darnold or
It is
Kyler
not
Murray.
Sam Darnold.
It's Kyler Murray.
It's got to
It
be
is
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Okay.
And so then the next one.
Not the
Let's
same
see.
division. So you
Not
got.
the same division.
Are you going to piss me off and it's going to be Baker Mayfield? You're going to piss me off. Because I
It
would
is
take Baker Mayfield over Kyler Murray right now. I don't care.
I would take quarterback B, man. Honestly, like I'm looking at the more touchdowns. I mean, the interceptions is kind of glaring, but like honestly, man, the touchdowns.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, Kyler Murray's got the injury problem, but Baker's only played 8 more games. Kyler has more yards. He has just a few less touchdowns. He has way less INTs, better completion percentage,
This is a
better
good
quarterback rating, same Pro Bowls.
Can we bring up their postseason comparisons?
Come on, man.
I mean, I'm just saying. Kyler gets a
Leave
lot
it
of
alone.
hate.
What
Kyler
has
gets a lot
what
of
has
hate.
Baker Mayfield done? He hasn't even been in a conference championship game.
Baker's had
He
2
took a
playoff wins?
he took a Cleveland Browns team to their
Okay,
first.
enough with that. That Cleveland Browns team was good. Like, they had good players. They had prime Nick Chubb, prime OBJ, prime Jarvis Landry. They had a good offensive line, post Joe Thomas even. They had a good defense that year. I will not stand for that hate. Baker did lead them. He was the leader. I will stand on that, and Baker deserves his credit. But this is less a dog on Baker and more a Kyler Murray is on Baker Mayfield's level, and I don't feel like Kyler Murray gets the respect. It's actually a props to Baker and a props to Kyler. I'm not trying to dog on Baker.
Let's say this is a good comp, man. I'm
not trying to dog on Baker when
Gives
I do
me a
this.
little bit more faith in Kyler.
That's
I'm excited.
that's what I want. I want people to have more faith in Kyler.
Let's see what happens with the Cards this
I
year.
don't
Yeah.
until he can.
All right, so this one's Spoon.
I don't.
Spoon sent in
3
this
players.
Three
Three
players,
players.
3 quarterbacks.
one. So quarterbacks, is there any timestamp or like one
So-
season?
Player A is still in the league and a starter. Player B is retired. I believe he retired in 2018. Let me double check my stuff. Quarterback C, though, is still in the league, but he is a backup.
Mhm.
As of right now, he's a backup.
Joe
Back
Flacco. So what are the? Is this like a 1
So yeah,
year?
what is this?
It's
just
one
single
year.
years?
It's
Is
just-
this their best season?
It's their best season that they've ever had.
Their best season they've ever had.
Yep.
Quarterback best year. All right. So
Okay.
Which one
I'm
would
gonna-
you take off the bat? I mean, you
So
could.
if I'm,
probably
if
the
I'm
retired
looking
guy.
off the bat,
I mean,
bat.
obviously the retired guy.
Why
Why does he have 0? He has 0 touchdowns.
rushing touchdowns.
They're rushing touchdowns.
Oh,
Rush
okay.
yards, touchdowns, pass yards, touchdowns. So I do want to ask.
Because like player C doesn't
Is
look
A-
too bad
is-
either.
Is A Jalen Hurts?
Yes, A is Jalen Hurts. That's
the
pretty
rushing.
easy.
The rushing. Yeah, the rushing.
rushing
Yeah,
gave
the
it away.
rushing touchdowns
away.
was given it. So this is a backup.
I mean, no. B
Yep.
does look bad to me. B looks
B-
terrible, or C looks terrible to me. You said
C looks
does
terrible.
Look
Maybe
bad.
between-
looks
I think C
terrible
looks
to me.
good because of the INT to TD
yeah,
ratio, and
this
then the
looks good to
rushing.
me.
Like then you got the rushing yard. He has more rushing yards, but he does have less rushing touchdowns, and that's because he had a very good running back to give the ball to.
Okay, another hint.
So there's you a hint. So he didn't need to rush
Daniel Jones.
have the rushing touchdown. It is Daniel Jones.
Okay, I thought so, but he's not technically a backup just yet.
Not technically, but I mean
But
I would.
He might. He's probably.
He
gonna
could start. I wouldn't
He's
be
probably
surprised if
gonna
he
start.
starts.
I wouldn't either. Okay,
But
and then
backup,
B
maybe?
retired in.
So the
2000
retired player, is this Ben Roethlisberger?
No,
Damn.
you're in the right conference though.
Is that Phillip Rivers?
No.
Oh, right conference.
Yeah, the right conference. It is the AFC conference.
AFC conference 4,700. Oh wait, it's an AF. Oh,
Alex
Yeah,
Smith.
AFC.
I
Nope.
was Phillip Rivers.
Nope. Philip Rivers was a good guess though. He
Um,
played during the Philip Rivers time, during the Ben Roethlisberger time.
And he's an AFC quarterback. Did he ever play in Super Bowl?
No, I don't believe he even made a playoff. No,
He
he
did
did
make
make He did make the playoff. He did. Not this season, though. Not the
Well,
season.
he's retired.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in this season?
That season, no.
Was
He did
this
not.
season between 2000 and 2018? Or 2010 and 2018?
It's 1 year before. It was 2009.
2009?
Drew Brees?
2009.
No.
AFC.
No, he retired before
quarterback.
that.
So it's AFC. Is it AFC West?
No.
AFC North?
No.
So it's AFC South?
Yep.
Okay. So AFC South, 2009. Peyton Manning? No, that can't be Peyton Manning.
No. I'm not going to put Peyton Manning compared
Yeah,
to
that's why
Jalen
I'm like, that
Hurts,
can't be. Well,
because I'm trying to show that I feel like there's so much hype around Jalen Hurts,
so
and I
I'm trying
just
to think.
don't
So it would
get
be
it.
who the Jets.
Because you could argue that B or C had a better season than player A.
So AFC South. So I'm thinking Houston. Did he play for the Texans?
He did.
God, is it?
You're right on the money.
I'm trying to think of who the Texans quarterback was in 2009.
I had to look it up. I never would have gotten this guy's name.
He threw it to Andre Johnson a lot.
Right, not Brian Hoyer.
You had Arian Foster as the running back.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It's not Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No,
Ryan
that would have been a
Hoyer,
good one. I
Ryan
should have compared him
Fitzpatrick,
to Jalen Hurts.
Tom Savage.
Nope.
Oh my God, there's
This
one
is-
I'm missing that's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, he played for quite a few seasons for him.
Is it Carson Palmer?
No, he
No.
played for Arizona.
No.
I thought you said that you knew who it was.
Well, I looked it up. I looked something up, but I thought this would have been it. But I guess he must not have retired in 2018.
I'm trying to think.
No, yeah, he was the.
All I remember from 2009 is the Brett Favre season. When I think of 2009, I think of Brett Favre, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning,
I mean, he was the
Tom
main.
Brady.
He was the
getting
main
hurt.
quarterback there from like 2007 to 2013. I think 2013 it looks like he had some injury problems, and then that was kind of the end of his career.
Matt Schaub?
Yeah,
Matt Schaub. Oh my God, Matt Schaub.
Never even heard of him.
exactly. A guy that you've never heard of.
Never heard of
and
him.
you were sitting here saying that his best season looks better than Jalen Hurts' season. That's kind of the point I'm getting at, is that I think that people hype up Jalen Hurts so much because of what they see in fantasy, and that's the only reason why. Because he gets the rushing yards and the rushing touchdowns, and that's literally it. I think they look at him. It makes me upset because
That's
they
so
look at
funny.
him and they're like, "Oh yeah, like he's a top 5 quarterback." In fantasy,
I mean, he's a top 5, like.
and don't get me wrong, it was
Like, I
between
can't say he's
him and
top 5
Dak.
quarterback.
Am I going to shit on Jalen Hurts this week, or am I going to shit on Dak Prescott? So next week I might have a Dak Prescott comparison where I shit on Dak Prescott because I think they're both kind of overrated. Maybe
How's
not Dak
Dak
anymore. I think
overrated?
Dak's
I was gonna say
kind of
Dak.
I think
how's
Dak's
Dak
kind of coming back down to.
overrated?
I think he's coming back down to earth a little bit.
He's had
I
some
mean-
great seasons,
but-
man.
I mean,
But because
let's
they
be real,
lose
Dalton.
in the postseason, they shit all over him, and it's like that's not one player's fault.
No, it's not. But when you make that much money, you have to be willing to overcome everybody else's faults. Like
Trevor
that's
Lawrence.
what's expected of you.
Trevor
But,
Lawrence
Ed,
making $55 million. Say he's
We-
$5
we-
million
I don't-
less.
Do you see anybody getting on their knees
I'm-
for Trevor Lawrence?
I'm
No,
not. I like Trevor Lawrence. Is he worth 55 mil? No.
no,
Is
he's
Dak
not.
worth how much he's getting paid? Absolutely not.
I would have paid Dak.
That's my thing. Is
254 maybe.
it's the same reason I was okay with the Vikings moving on from Kirk Cousins. Is Kirk Cousins a fringe top 10 quarterback? Yes. Is he super consistent? Yes. But he costs as much as a top 5 quarterback. And you can't spend that much money on a guy and them not elevate your team to Super Bowl contention immediately. I only believe you should pay guys that when you put them on your team, Super Bowl contender.
Let me ask you a
At
question. Let
quarterback.
me ask you one question.
Yeah.
If you have a team
Mhm.
that scores 36 points in a playoff game, do
Mhm.
you expect your defense to help win that game and keep the opposing team under 36? 36 specifically.
Yes.
Thank you. I rest my case.
I expect it, but you also, without knowing the circumstance, I assume this is a Cowboys game. I don't know the game. I don't know the game you're talking about.
Wasn't last
you're-
year before.
If you're going out and scoring right away, and you're putting your defense out on long, prolonged drives right away. It's why Chip Kelly bounced as an NFL head coach. He wanted to have this super quick offense that got his offense on and off the field really fast to keep his guys fresh, and his defenses couldn't hold up. So his defense was out there 80% of the game, and at the end of the game, they were just getting toasted every week because they had been out there for 80 minutes already or whatever it was. Not 80 minutes, but
one of the things
that's a big thing. You know, for me, that's a big thing to take a look at with that.
It's funny because that is one thing that pisses me off so much about the Cowboys is we will start our games off going 3 and out the first like 2. We might get a first down the first drive, 1. But then after that, it's like the first 3 drives are 3 and out.
Yeah, punt.
And I'm just like, dude, like because then our defense comes out and then they end up getting so exhausted.
Yeah, they're
in the first and second quarter, and I'm just like,
half.
dude, that pisses me, and I hate that because if you're Dak Prescott and you're making that much money, you should be able to at least get a few more first downs on a drive. You don't have to score. I don't care if you score, but at least show me that like there's something in the offense that's moving the ball.
And I'll be honest, I used to be a Kirk Cousins apologist of like, it's not Kirk's fault. His defense gives up an average of 28 points a game in prime time. It's not Kirk's fault. But I've looked at the stats, and what would happen is Kirk would go out in prime time, and he would go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And his defense would be dog tired. And then by the time Kirk and the offense figured things out, it was already too far gone. Yeah. And they would make it a competitive game, and they would lose by 4 points. Or they would be 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown, something like that, where they have 21 points, but they only scored on 3 drives and everything else was off the field quick, and their offense takes over and runs the ball for an 8-minute drive. So, and you lose 24-21, you go, well, Kirk, I mean, he only lost by 3 points. He's not bad, but he couldn't figure it out for most of the game. And so, I don't know. Those are all important things to take a look at. But all right, we got one more comparison here.
Yep.
We're getting a little long in the tooth here. Spoon brought these up. So it's running backs most previous 4 years played. Running back B is retired.
Running back B is retired. He played from 2000, if I'm not mistaken, 2019 to 2000 or 2023. Let me just double check that.
2019 to
or like 2022 maybe.
23.
No. So it's 2018 to 2021. Sorry.
2018 to
is it Todd Gurley?
2021.
No.
Todd Gurley played. He got drafted in 16. And running back B is currently in the league.
Currently in the league.
Was he drafted within the past 5 years?
He was drafted in 2020.
So yes.
Yeah.
So drafted in 2020 is running back B Bijan Robinson.
No. Bijan was drafted in like 2022, 2023.
Was he? I can't remember. Is running back A Josh Jacobs?
No.
So
I can give you I'll give you the conference real quick.
I was about to say
player A plays all AFC. 2 different teams, all AFC.
Okay.
Or both AFC.
And then B played NFC?
B played NFC, yep.
Multiple teams or one team?
One team. Should be one team. Yep, one team.
So 2 teams in the AFC, NFC, 1 team.
Yep. This is more of a fantasy thing, by the way.
Okay.
Of a guy that, yeah.
Is so B? No, it can't be him. Damian is B. Damian Williams? No, NFC. He played AFC. Is A Damian Williams?
No. So player B is going to be tough because I'm not going to lie, I forgot about him.
Did he play in the NFC West?
Yes, he did.
Okay, NFC West. Did he play for? Is it? Rashad Penny?
No.
Damn.
It is the right team though.
What team is that?
It's so tough that I'm just gonna have to try to ease you to it.
No.
What team is it?
Hold on. Chris Carson.
There you go.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna have to give it to me.
Chris Carson.
Chris Carson. I think it was. Is it CRIS? I think it was spelled weird.
Yeah, no, it's just regular Chris.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Tris.
That was spelled weird. All right, Chris Carson. Did he play in the same division for both teams? Both teams within the same division.
No.
Okay.
Both teams are not in the same division.
So did he get drafted by the AFC East?
No.
AFC
he
North.
should have. Yes, that's where he would have got drafted.
AFC North draft. So he got
And
drafted
then-
in the AFC North. Did he play for? Oof.
AFC North.
Did he play for Pittsburgh?
No.
I was gonna say Najee Harris, but I think he's drafted later.
Nick Chubb.
Nope.
Oh, God, that would have been good. That'd have been a good pull.
Good.
I think he's 2018 though. Is when he got drafted. It was this guy a first round draft pick.
Oh God. Now you're getting above my head now. I don't remember. Let me look.
Yeah, take your time. I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think of like big names.
He was in the second round.
Second round draft pick. Okay. So still kind of notable.
Yep.
Was it
This is Jonathan Taylor.
Joe Mixon?
Nope.
God dang. I was hoping Joe Mixon was right. Oh, it's their last 4 years. What am I talking about?
Yeah, the last 4 years.
Cam
He has
Akers.
2,200 yards in the last 4 years.
Yep.
So he's hurt a lot.
He is hurt a lot. There you go. He missed the 2021 season.
Is it Jonathan Taylor?
Is it
Nope.
J.K. Dobbins?
It is
Already-
J.K. Dobbins.
He got us. He got us.
So here's my thing with this is that even you, Britter, everybody is high. J.K. Dobbins is going to be the leading back in Denver. I don't see it. I mean, we're comparing Chris Carson to this guy, and Chris Carson blows him out of the water.
Yeah, but Chris Carson was always
JK
looked at as like, this guy's going to be a top 10 fantasy running back, and then he would get hurt. It's almost the same play. It's almost the same exact situation.
But I almost forgot Chris Carson existed.
Well, yeah, because he kept getting hurt. He never eventually.
That's, and I don't understand why is J.K. Dobbins has never rushed for over 1,000 yards because he's always getting injured. So why do we think that he is just going to come in for Denver and immediately, oh yeah, he's a starting back? No.
I mean, Geno Smith eventually.
He's going to take it over.
Geno Smith eventually stayed healthy and eventually got good starting time. He eventually played. Like, players can do it. I believe. You got to believe.
I don't believe in J.K. Dobbins.
I believe in the Sean Payton offense and how friendly it is to running backs.
Dude's already 26 years old. I know that's not old, but he's already had like
20.
what,
So you're telling me he can. So you're telling me he's just coming into his prime. He's
not
just coming into his prime.
He's been in his prime, and he's been injured for like the first 2 years of his prime. I would say running back prime started like 24.
Nah, I would say running back prime start at like 26.
Well,
all right, so I got one
regardless.
more for us. I'm gonna pull up on screen. This one's a screenshot. We got
Love
time.
it.
We got a couple minutes here. All right, so this is a career overview.
Okay.
These are two quarterbacks. They're full career stats.
Okay.
Full career. I would say
Two quarterback
pretty
stats?
universally, this guy is looked at as better as this guy in like GOAT conversations and stuff, but the stats would argue it.
Yeah.
Both have a Super Bowl. Both have at least 10 Pro Bowls. Both
One of
have
them-
5 All-Pros.
Is one of them Cam Newton?
Neither of them is Cam Newton. Cam Newton
Is
never won the
one-
Super Bowl.
Ah, damn.
Oh.
Never mind. I was about to say
Peyton
Eli, but
Manning?
he has 2.
Eli has 2 Super Bowls. What, Dalton?
Peyton Manning?
Nope. Peyton
Nope.
Manning has 2 Super
He
Bowls.
has-
Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan has 0 Super Bowls.
What? Give me the conference. Just give me that.
So quarterback A has played in both.
Okay.
Quarterback B only played in the NFC.
Okay. Quarterback B is Drew Brees.
Quarterback B is Drew Brees.
Quarterback A.
He has played in the NFC and the AFC for
Joe
Yeah.
Flacco.
no.
Ah, man.
Well, I'm thinking about the fact that Brenner said he's considered better.
Yeah, he is considered like most people would be. Most people would say,
Better?
Brett Favre?
nope, not Brett Favre.
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't
Aaron
know.
Rodgers is correct.
I'm high. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm high on fucking Drew Brees.
But
Drew Brees has
Yeah,
always
me
been
too.
like
Underrated.
I
my
cut it
fifth
off.
best quarterback of all
I
time.
cut it off because the next one was MVPs. Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs to Brees' 0.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
to
and
think
I
about.
just want to bring something up here. I just want to show everybody something. So we're gonna
It's
go
a talking point.
Drew. Yeah, it's just a talking point. Like everybody talks about how good Aaron Rodgers is. Let's take a look here. 5,000 yards, 5,400 yards, 5,100 yards, 5,100 yards, 4,900 yards, 4,800 yards, 5,200 yards with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 consecutive 30-plus touchdown seasons as a immobile pocket passer at 5'11" or 6 foot, maybe 6 foot.
That's insane.
Like this dude, I don't understand how like first team All Pro, second team All Pro, second team All Pro. Like these right here, these years.
I'm gonna
right
tell
here,
you right now, if Drew Brees was still in the league and he was fighting for a spot, I'd take him over Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, me too. But like 2012, 5,100 yards. 2011, 5,400 yards. Those are years Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. Like what?
Yeah.
Like it makes
no.
2012
I
Adrian.
agree.
Actually, that's a lie. 2012 Adrian Peterson won it. 2013, 2014 he won it. So 5,100 yards and 39 touchdowns, and 4,900 yards and 33 touchdowns, coming off the heels of 5,400 yards and 46 touchdowns. I want to go look at this season. 13-3, first in the NFC South, but they lost in the divisional round, and I don't even know why that counts. Like it shouldn't, but I mean, that's just insane to me that you can take the 13th defense, and because Aaron Rodgers had the number 1 overall offense and Drew Brees was stuck having second in MVP voting because it just makes no sense to me. 5,400 yards, a 110 quarterback rating for the season. 2018 he had a 115 for the season. So all these AP2s, that's AP second team, MVP 2, that's second MVP voting, that's to Aaron Rodgers. That's to Aaron Rodgers. Or no. I don't know who won the MVP in 2011. I think it was Rodgers. No, just give me the 2011 season.
I really, going back and looking at it, I
Yeah,
really believe the only reason, and I'm gonna say it, the only reason Aaron Rodgers won so many MVPs is because he just didn't throw interceptions.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the only reason. That
Absolutely.
is it. Besides that, like you can pull up yards, you can pull up touchdowns.
Nothing upsets me more than the Derrick Henry 2,000-yard season not getting an MVP. Derrick Henry is the only 2,000-yard rusher to not have a Pro Bowl or All-Pro offensive lineman in front of him when he rushed for 2,000 yards. Only one to ever do it. And Aaron Rodgers won the MVP with, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 4,600 passing yards, 45 touchdowns, and like 5 interceptions, which is insane and really, really good. But Derrick Henry is the only NFL running back ever to rush for 2,000 yards without an All-Pro or Pro Bowler in front of him. That is more impressive to me than being able to make the decision to throw the ball away. Aaron Rodgers is all-time, far and away the leader in throwaways, which is great. You're not turning the ball over, but you're still wasting the opportunity. The play's still wasted.
Yeah.
Like, it's better than a turnover.
Okay, you can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't say that though. You can't say it plays wasted.
I mean, in the same sense, it probably is. I mean, look, I would be curious to see how many times on third down he's just throwing it away instead of trying to convert. I mean, that's kind of a turnover in of itself because you're just punting the ball back to him.
Okay, but a punt and giving them the ball back at the, down the field is a lot better than.
I agree.
It's better than a turnover. It's better than a turnover. But you know what Peyton Manning and Tom Brady never had to do? Just throw the ball away because they didn't know what the offense was or the defense was doing. More often than not, they knew what the offense was going to do, so they were able to complete passes, whether that's underneath, over the top. But instead, Aaron Rodgers, and bless his heart, he's a 4-time MVP. He was an all-time great. He'll go in the Hall of Fame. But what he did better than anybody, and he made a career out of it, was he was able to prolong the exposure. So he was able to drop back in the pocket, and create time behind the line of scrimmage for receivers to get open. Deion Sanders can't cover for 6 seconds. Darrelle Revis can't cover for 6 seconds. Like, you only have so long. And if you can't get to Rodgers before then, a receiver's going to get open. And then Rodgers is throwing to a wide open Jordy Nelson 40 yards downfield. Every quarterback in the NFL can
or one
throw
of
to
the
a wide
best
open receiver.
one of the best slot receivers at the time in Randall Cobb.
Yeah, exactly. Like, those guys would have 6, 7 seconds to get open, and then he would throw it to them when they're wide open. And he did an amazing job at it. And I'm not.
I just look at it too, like when
trying
you're
to dog
comparing
him.
Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. I mean, we're talking. Well, okay, I guess you could. I figured that out already. But you're talking Jordy Nelson. You're talking Devontae Adams. You're talking Randall Cobb. Who was
Marquise Colston, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah,
Like that. Like, hold on. Let's look.
Well,
at the New
no,
Orleans game.
there was one guy that I thought of, and it was Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Mike Thomas.
That's who I thought of. I almost, I was about to say that, and then I was like, wait, you got Michael Thomas. But I mean,
So,
I guess
Marquise Cole. So when Drew Brees threw for 5,400 yards, these were his receivers. Pierre Thomas, that's a pretty solid bet. Marquise Colston, Jimmy Graham, Robert Meacham, Lance Moore. I mean, all guys we remember because of Drew Brees, not the other way around, right? Like,
no, I agree.
You had Mark Ingram.
But Marquise Colston wasn't anything spectacular, though, in my opinion. Like,
we're into the rabbit hole now. Now we're into the rabbit hole.
So I was going to end it off by saying that you said that most people consider Aaron Rodgers over Drew Brees every conversation, but I mean, I would beg to differ. Like, if you were to tell me, like, give me arguably top 5 quarterbacks and go Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, and then the next tier after them would probably be, and you're probably going to hate me for this, but I would throw Patrick Mahomes in that already. Yes,
I would absolutely throw Patrick Mahomes,
and then I would probably put Drew Brees in that conversation too, right at 5 and 6. And then
I would say, because Drew Brees doesn't have the MVPs, most people would argue against it. And because Rodgers is a 4-time MVP, thank you, Matt LaFleur, most people would give it to Rodgers. But I think they're very, like, they played in the same era. They're both similar prestige in my mind. Like Rodgers, like Brees won a Super Bowl by cheating. Okay. Rodgers won a Super Bowl with 4 Pro Bowl wide receivers.
The cheating kind of came from the coaching.
I mean, the team won. No, I'm not saying Drew Brees cheated. I'm saying he won a Super Bowl because of cheating, not because he cheated. I'm not blaming Brees. I blame Sean Payton in that defense. I blame Darren Sharper. I blame all of them. I don't put blame on Drew Brees for that. Do I think he knew about it? Obviously, it's a locker room. Everybody knows. Not putting direct blame onto Brees, though. But he did it that way. Aaron Rodgers needed 4 Pro Bowl wide receivers: Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, and James Jones. 4 Pro Bowl wide receivers.
I mean, I would argue
in a top 5 defense.
You were talking about cheating. I would argue too that the Saints probably got screwed over in 2018. Otherwise, Drew Brees might have another Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
but that's karma, in my opinion.
That was a blatant pass interference that should have been called. And then, if I'm not mistaken, don't they kick a field goal and win the game? Yeah, they kick a field goal to win the game there. Like,
hey, as far as I'm concerned, that's karma. You was getting 1 Super Bowl either way. You was either cheating for it or getting cheated out of it. So,
okay. But I'm just saying, you could say they got cheated out of another Super Bowl. You could argue.
That's fair, but they cheated to get the one they had. So, either way. But all right. Anything you guys want to add before we hop off?
Nope.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. See y'all next time. Peace.